Hey guys, what's up? So we'll start off with something just blatantly obvious. During one of these basketball shows, Shaquille O'Neal was literally just frozen in place. And I'm not gonna have sound or anything because I'll get a block or whatever. Um, so yeah, it's like over a minute, dude. They're just talking like yada yada yada, like nothing's happening, whereas Shaq is literally staring off into nothingness. And they try to kind of segue into like, oh, remember when you were doing those karaoke songs, Charles Barkley? And then they show a clip of that. But then I fast forward a few seconds, and then they cut back, and he's still like that, dude. He's glitching out. These people are in some heavy sedated mind control something. I don't know. I just know that's how it goes. Okay. There's this band called Bull of Heaven, and I shit you not, they have an album. It's a day long, a week long. They have month long albums. They have 6-month long albums. They have a 5-year long album. And then lastly, they have a 3.3 quindecillion years long album. Now, of course, this isn't music per se. These are mostly sound and computer creations, I could say, and then they extend it till infinity, Googleplex or whatever. So it's not like verse chorus verse. Okay, it's literally an experiment. Okay, but yeah, you just check it out for yourself. There's some of them online. Like, you need a ridiculous amount of just gigabyte space to actually hear some of these songs. And this guy is a cool channel. He kind of summarizes some of the albums so you could see essentially what you're going to be experiencing if you choose to keep it on that long. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just think that's crazy. And then with the Corey Feldman song, Ascension Millennium, the Grox literally talks about how he's coming down as Michael. Michael stands up. At the beginning of the video, he wakes up from his sleep and stands up. And it's the time of trouble. In Daniel 12, Michael stands up and there's a time of trouble. Revelation 12, Michael stands up, casts Satan down, and the Great Tribulation starts. It's the same event. And he's just doing that essentially in his music video. Okay. The album is known as one of the worst albums of all time, but he managed to make a music video out of that one. Okay, and then some of my AI stuff. I did Eyes Wide Shut, Kubrick, Illuminati. Like, I purposefully typed creepy stuff to see what would happen, and I got those. I don't promote that stuff. I just think it's cool to look at the visualization of what an AI generated art robot would make. Now let's go into Mozart's The Magic Flute again, because there's some good stuff. First of all, the Magic Flute, it's made of wood, so it represents the earth element. It was formed on a rainy night, so that's water. It was during thunder and lightning, which is fire. And, of course, a flute is air. It's a wind instrument, so those are the 4 elements. That's part of the symbolism behind it. Very cool. The theme is that the music has the power to transcend human fear and hatred. So the moral of the story is that through the Masonic order and initiations in the play or opera, they're guided by the beauty of music. Society is enlightened. But yeah, you can see for yourself it's a pretty Masonic play. And I showed you the Freemason compass and ruler in one of the later 2022 productions of that play. So it's funny. What's interesting, though, is that the actual, and here's the Masonic number 3 is all throughout it. It's the 3 ladies, 3 spirits, 3 trials, and 3 chords first heard in the overture. And it's written in the key of E flat, which has 3 flats in its key signature. Thought that was interesting. But another fine detail is that the guy who wrote the libretto, the lyrics, was also a Freemason. And not only that, he played one of the main characters, Papageno, in the first premiere performances. His name's Emmanuel Schikaneder, or something like that. So a Freemason started it, wrote the music, and a Freemason wrote the lyrics. Okay, it's all connected, buddy. And now this movie, The Magic Flute, is a musical, 2022. It talks about Freemason symbolism throughout it and stuff. And the teacher openly talks about it, how the creator of this building was a Freemason. You know, it's the Mozart school or whatever. And F. Murray Abraham from Amadeus is in it. So that's kind of nice little nod to Amadeus, classic movie. So yeah, it's everywhere if we but know what to look for. I highly recommend this movie too, the Magic Flute of 2023. It's like about a kid who goes to the school, but then he's sucked into the actual magical fantasy world of the Magic Flute and has to like partake in it. It seems like a corny Disney movie, but it's not Disney, but it's cool. Like, I genuinely enjoyed it. So yeah, just some other things to consider, you know. Yeah, there's Shaq in his Freemason lodge. And there's Magic Flute 2001 performance with the Freemason compass and ruler. So yeah, it's all there. Yeah, take it easy.